Hello, my dear friends, it's Olga. I'm so glad that you are here. And this video is about simple steps that you can take to make your life much more organized and get more things done. So if you're interested in this topic, just keep watching. And to talk about it, I would like a specific example, my last trip to Russia. I live in Toronto, but when I go to Russia, it's not like a vacation for me because part of my life is there and I have tons of things to do besides working remotely and trying to meet with most of my relatives and friends. So it's a pretty intense period of time. But what I noticed that when I'm in Russia, I am super organized, I'm super effective, and I get million things done, which sometimes was not the case so much for my life in Canada. And I summarized the main principles and things that I did differently while I was there, and that helped me to be that organized. And these simple things, they can be useful in everyday life. So what I did, first of all, I created a list of everything I want to do, I need to do. These can be basic things like going to the bank, paying taxes, or taking clothes to dry cleaning, and any important things about work or personal development. Also a list of people I would like to meet with and things to buy. And when you gather everything together, you see the whole picture, so you make sure that nothing is going to be left aside. Then it's coming the next step, and I take my calendar, and it can be any digital calendar like Google Calendar or any paper agenda. I personally like paper more, but I'm trying to switch to Google Calendar because it's much more convenient. And I try to fit every single meeting and appointment into this calendar to see where it's going to make the most sense and when I can actually do it. Because if it's not in the calendar, that means it's not going to be done. And what happens next? Very often I realize that I overestimated things that I can do within the given time frame. And what we need to do here is what is also the most important step in personal effectiveness is to prioritize. You see what you want, you see what you can, and then you have to choose what is really important for you. So you ask yourself a few questions like, is it really that important? Can anybody else do it? Can I delegate it? Or maybe I can combine a few tasks together, or maybe I can just not do it at all. What is going to happen if you're not going to do it at all? And sometimes you might be surprised that there are so many things that you can just avoid and nothing is going to change in your life. So prioritization is the key. Then I wanted to share another important thing that helped me. I realized that in Russia, I always have a deadline. I know that I'm going to leave on a specific date, I have a ticket, and I just have to do all these things before I leave. Otherwise, I cannot do it next time. And you might think I'm not traveling, I don't have any deadlines, but this is the case why things are never get done, because we have the whole lifetime to do it. So we don't schedule it, we don't plan it, and we just don't do it. So you can try and write this list for a month, or if it's too hard for you, just start with a week. But you have to have this deadline. This is a must. And the last thing I wanted to share with you today is to schedule pessimistically. Even though I could say I'm such an optimistic person and I always try to look and hope for the best, but not when it's about my schedule. I always want to make sure that I have some extra time, some little gap between meetings, so that if anything is going to be delayed or any other circumstances, like the whole day is not going to be ruined because of that. So that's all what I wanted to share with you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If so, please give me a thumbs up and let me know what you think in the comments. Bye!
This is how it goes, this is how it goes. Baby, we're rolling just to boat out the ocean. the sky, heaven so close.